Hi, and welcome to the video training of JavaScript. In today's video training, our goal is to create a digital watch which will run in the browser. You can use this digital watch in your website or for your client or anywhere you would like to use it. So let's get started. Requirements are you need a laptop or a computer or any modern browser like Chrome, Firefox, Safari, or Opera. Okay, how to design digital clock using JavaScript. Clocks are useful element for any UI if used in a proper way. Clocks can be used in sites where time is the main concern, like some booking sites or some apps showing arriving times of train, buses, flights, etc. Clock is basically of two types, analog and digital. We will be looking at making a digital one. Okay, the approach is to use the date object to get time on every second and then re-rendering time on the browser using the new time that we got by calling the same function each second. HTML code. In this section we have a dummy time in the format of HHMMSS, that is hours, minutes and seconds, wrapped inside a div tag. So let's go through our 8 steps that we will follow in completing our goal. Step 1 is to create a function called showTime. Step 2 is create an instance of a date object. Then using the methods of date object get hours, minute and seconds. Step 4 is to set AM, PM depending on the hour value. The date object works on a 24-hour format, so we change hour back to 1 when it gets larger than 12. The AM PM also changes according to that. Step 5 is to make a string using the same HHMMSS format, changing the hour, minute and second value with the values we got from the date object methods. Step 6 is replacing the string variable in the div using inner HTML property. Step 7 is to call the function every second using setInterval method and set time interval as 100,000 millisecond, which is equal to 1 second. Now call the function at the end to start function at exact reloading rendering time, as setInterval will call first after 1 second of rendering. So step 1 is to create a function in JavaScript, that is showTime. So let's move on to our terminal here. Okay, let's go to personal projects, JavaScript, and I'm going to create a folder called digital clock. Okay, set the permissions of digital clock. Okay, I'm in the digital clock now, so I'm going to create a file called clock digital clock.html, and here I'm going to start my script tag. Okay, and within the script tag I'm going to create my function showTime. Okay, and within this function what we are going to do is we are going to create a date object, which is JavaScript built-in object is equal new date. So this will create an instance of the date object and store it in the time variable. Now let's get the hour. Time dot get hours. Let minutes, min time, let's keep it minute. Time dot get minutes, and seconds equal time dot get seconds. So we have got hour, minute and second, that is the current time. One of the variable we will be using is AM PM equal to default setting to AM. Okay, now we are checking the hour clock. If hour is greater than 12, then this means that hour equals minus equal, or just keep it simple, minus 12, and AM PM equals PM. So if the hour is greater than 12, which means if it's 13, 14, 15, then we will simply deduct hour from 12. So if it is 13, we will get 1, and this means that it's 1 PM in afternoon. Now if hour is equal to 0, this means hour equals 12 and AM PM equals AM. So here we have done our logic to convert 24-hour system into a 12-hour system. Okay, now we are going to calculate the hour thing. So if hour is less than 10, then 0, return 0 plus hour, or return hour. So basically what we are doing here is, if it's 9 o'clock, then we are adding a prefix 0 just in front of 9. For example, you have 9. So what we are doing is we are concatenating 0 in front of 9, so it will become this, just for example, for your understanding. Then we have the minutes. So if minutes is less than 10, then concat 0, same as up for hours, and turn minutes. So, and for the second, we will do the same thing. Sec is less than 10, concat 0 plus seconds, or return seconds. So that's our logic here, and let's get the current time. Current time equals hour plus, for concatenation, colon, plus minutes plus colon plus seconds, and plus I'm going to add a space, little space here, and AM PM variable. So this will give us current time, and I'm going to say document.get element by ID, which is clock, and inner HTML equals current time. So basically we have our function ready at this time, but it will not work as we haven't set the interval function, and we haven't called this function anywhere. So we are going to set the interval function, which will call this function every 1 second. 1000 milliseconds means 1 second. So that our clock will update after every second, and here I'm going to call this function, but it won't still work because the clock div is not there. So now we are going to add the HTML, and just in case head and title digital clock. Okay, body tag closed, and we have the div here, there, and I'm going to set the ID to clock. Div ID equals clock, and that's it for now. That's our HTML, and I'm going to cut the script tag and put it here somewhere. Okay, that's fine. Okay, now let's do the CSS of the clock, so it's look nicer. Yeah, let's do it at the end, just before the head tag is closing. So okay, hash clock, and the hash clock, I'm going to set the font size to 175 pixels. That's quite big, you know. Let's go with it. The width is 900 pixels. Okay. Margin is 200 pixels. And we have text align center and border 2 pixels solid. I think it's black, which is 0, or you can simply I'll use blue anyways. So border radius is 20 pixels here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is and a div here, we have div here, right? So this is the whole code, including the HTML, CSS, and our clock. And let's execute it in the browser. So for that I need to go to my personal projects folder, JavaScript, digital clock here, and double click. Just double click it to run it in your default browser. Okay, here it is. There's some issue with our JavaScript. Let's see, go to the console. It says set interval is not defined. So I have misspelled set interval. I have missed T. So INTERVAL. These are the correct spellings. So save the file again and refresh the page. Here you go. Now we have our very own digital clock. Okay, the code, I'll be uploading the code to GitHub. You can download the code from the GitHub repository. The link is specified in this YouTube video's description. So just download it, clone it, and use it or customize it, whatever you like. And I would like to thank you, the geeksforgeeks.org website, from where I use most of the code and the things. I just demonstrated it to you through this YouTube video. If you do like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can reach me if you need any assistance. I'll be more than happy to reply back. Thank you.